What it do? What it do? How y'all doing today? ¿Cómo andan? Today we're very excited. We got a new video for you guys. We've been looking forward to doing another one of these for a while now, so we're excited to finally bring it to you guys. As always, though, guys.
Like always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, follow us on TikTok and Instagram because we do post videos daily. Also follow us on Snapchat because we are posting daily vlogs. I have no idea what's going on over there.
Gotta stretch. I'm about to get a cramp on my toe.
As you can tell in the title of today's video, we're going to be doing another dancing tutorial.
So fast.
We're here to bring you an updated version on how to dance Huapangos.
Hey,
Today's video is going to be
round of applause,
Huapangos.
round of applause. Hey.
So we're going to start individually. Tony's going to teach you guys the guys part, and I'm going to teach you guys also the guy part. Just kidding. I'm going to teach you guys the girl part, and Tony's going to teach you guys the guy part.
All right, you guys, again, so this could be you dancing by yourself, you know what I'm saying? Or this could be you dancing in a circle with a whole bunch of people, or with, like how we in Korayma were dancing.
It's a step and a bounce.
It's a step and a bounce.
I feel like for this one, at least, for the guys and the girls, the steps are very similar when you're not dancing with a partner. Okay, this is the one thing. Always keep your knees bent, okay? Because if you're dancing with your knees straight, you're going to look like... And you don't want to look like that, okay? Yeah, you're going to look like you're Irish dancing. We are not Irish dancing here. Okay. Oh.
But yeah, guys, we always, you know what I'm saying? Every time we start talking to, it's a lot of hip movement. Well, not a lot. For this one, not like a crazy amount of hip movement. Keep your hips loose and always have your knees bent.
Those are the key, like, those are the must-dos. If you're not doing those, your dance is just going to look terrible. So keep your knees bent. Obviously, you don't want to exaggerate it. You don't want to be like this. It's just like a little bend. And then your hips should be loose, okay? Because you don't want to be like stiff. You don't want to look stiff when you're dancing. You don't want to be like this, okay? You want to make sure it's like a...
Yes.
So it's pretty much, for Huapangos, it's pretty much a step bounce, okay? So you're going to step with your, with your right. You're going to step with your right and then bounce. When you... For the girls, at least, I like to exaggerate the hip movement. So when I step and I bounce, this hip goes up, and then you push out with your right. Like if I'm stepping, if I'm stepping to the right, I'm gonna like push my right hip out. Does that make sense? So you're gonna go step and then bounce. Does that make sense?
And like, I feel like the easiest way to get this step is going side to side. So try to get that rhythm down, and it's also about rhythm. Like for the Huapango step, it's about, you know, having the same balance on both sides.
Yes, make sure knees bent, move your hips. For the girls, I don't know how guys dance with their hands, like when they're dancing alone. For the girls, you can either have your hands on your hips, you can have your hands up here, hands down. Just make sure you're loose and comfortable. Keep your shoulders relaxed because you don't want to be like this, okay? Relaxed, hands up here, one and one. It's kind of like whatever you feel comfortable doing. But don't be stiff. Make sure you're loose because you don't want to look like a tia, like this. Okay?
That's Duranguense vibe right there.
Yeah. That's not where you're trying to go
for. My guys, I guess like when I'm dancing, I just kind of go with it. Like I just bounce my arms with it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'll like chill for a bit and then I'll go at it. Like I don't have them moving the whole time. There'll be times where I'm just more chill. And then other times where I like turn it up a little bit. Other times where I'm more chill.
Yeah. The bottom half of your body should be doing all the work. Your arms are just relaxed.
There you guys go. Hey! So y'all can practice that, you know what I'm saying? You don't need a lot of space to practice those movements. Practice that,
we will demonstrate it. Again, very simple steps with music. Go!
3, 2, 1. Hey, 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 hey. All right.
You should not be going too fast or too slow. It should be to the beat of the music or practice in front of a mirror. Yes. Okay, it might feel embarrassing or you feel like you don't want to record yourself, but the only way you're going to learn is if you're actually seeing what you're doing.
Once you get those steps down, you know, then after, you can start kind of just going all over the place as y'all saw in the beginning of the video. You guys can start messing with it. And then I'll show you guys, like, you know, how to like spin into the moves, how Korayma can like spin as well. And it makes you just it adds a little bit of that, like,
it makes you look experienced.
We didn't kind of touch on it earlier, but when you're doing even like the side to sides, don't be on your heels. All right, try to
Never.
You don't have to be on your toes like extremely like that, right? But pretty much your heel isn't gonna be on the floor until, for example, you move to the side. This one is gonna be on like your heels. That's like the only time your heel should touch, when you go to the opposite side. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, your toes should always. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys can see. See how my heels are like up, and the only time they touch is when you step down with that one. But
Yes.
boom, like this. Let me show you guys on the side angle. I show them, babe, like on your end of it, like for the group. So it's like this. You know what I'm saying? So like be on your toes. If you don't, like if you're not on your toes and you're only on your heels, it's kind of how it's gonna look. It's not gonna look as clean. So it's gonna be like.
And it's gonna sound aggressive.
All right, so now we're gonna kind of how we were freestyling a little bit when you start going around.
We're gonna add a little bit of seasoning to your simple steps.
Yes, it's that same concept, like the double spins. And let's say when I'm about to turn, you have like an extra step, like an extra double step in between. So it's like this, like if you're going side to side, and when you spin, you kind of like do a double step. You know what I'm saying? So on the way around, you want to like if you were doing the side to side, but in a circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think of it like just spinning around, and you're still doing that side to side. So it's like. Right.
So it's still that step bounce, but now you're just moving one leg and keeping the other one planted.
Yeah. See, like I don't know how to explain this. I swing, like let's say I'm trying to spin to my left. I'm gonna bring this, I'm gonna like swing it around kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna kind of swing this one around, and like right when you get to like the halfway mark of your spin, that's when you add the double, like the step again, right? So if I'm going and I'm gonna spin that way, it's like this, it's like, and I like swing this foot around. Vice versa, if I want to go this way, I like bring this foot around, or I like spinning like backwards like this too, and it's the same thing. So if I'm trying to spin back that way, I'm gonna swing this foot around like this, and then add the step in. You know what I'm saying? So for like this, and I want to spin that way, like backwards like this, I'm gonna like spin it backwards.
Yeah. So
and then on the way down is when you add the step.
It's always that step bounce. You're gonna keep that same exact step. Doesn't matter what you're doing, what way you're spinning, what direction you're going, it's a step bounce. For the girls, what I like to do when I'm dancing alone or when I'm dancing with Tony, if I'm dancing in a big circle and the circle's moving, this is kind of where I do that same, like the same half circle and then bounce the way Tony does it, okay? So say you're dancing and the circle's moving and you wanna add a little spin. It's that same, you spin and you bounce. So
yeah,
we're dancing
but as y'all see too, it's the same thing. You know, when you want to spin, you're gonna swing the opposite leg furthest away from the side you're trying to spin and turn that one in. You know what I'm saying?
So whatever way you want to go, you're gonna take it, spin, bounce, and then this one and bounce.
Yeah.
Take it, spin, bounce, and then this one and bounce.
Yeah.
There's another spin that I like to do when you're kind of just in the same area or in one spot. This one also comes in handy if you're dancing with a partner, but it's just keeping one foot planted. I like to keep my left foot planted, and then I'll just bounce on my right foot. Does that make sense?
Shows.
So say you're dancing, and I want to spin, but I don't want to move. I'm just going to go and bounce like this. Does that make sense? It's like a little, like, the foot that's staying planted is still not like completely on the floor. I still have a little bit of bounce and I'm staying on my toes. And then my right foot, the one that's moving, is kind of like a little pedal to like get me to go forward. So you're gonna go forward, forward, forward. And then make sure you're adding that hip movement, especially for the girls, because it's gonna make it look so much nicer. Because if you're just spinning and you're stiff like this, it's gonna look weird.
All right, let's see it with music. Ready?
And here's the first step. And here's the first step. This is the circle where you're moving. And then the other one. And then the other one. You go faster.
Hey.
You go faster.
Hey. Come on, bro. I could drop a whole Huapango song
go.
with my vocals, bro. There's always this part of the song where the rhythm changes. And when the rhythm changes, it's usually when you want to start doing your spins, because that's like the perfect moment to kind of implement those.
Here it is with spins and music.
Let's go. Hey, 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 hey. Like, I don't know, you guys seen the cockroach stomping, you know, when the guys are like doing the little free for all, the girls, they're like, I'm gonna teach you how to do that. It's simple. Like, you can start with either foot, whatever foot you want. I usually start with my left foot, okay? So in this case, start with your left. You're gonna do a heavy stomp, boom. And then you're gonna do a light one, and then another light one, and then another heavy one. And then I see, yeah, and then, okay, that's it. This is the only 4 steps. So heavy, light, light, heavy, okay? So it's, all right, that's all it is. And all you have to do is just get a rhythm to it, okay? So I'm gonna try to get a rhythm. It's just out of habit that I start jumping. I'm gonna try to get a rhythm just standing so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So it's like, okay, y'all see that? You gotta have a little bounce to it, you know what I'm saying? And then all you're gonna do is just speed it up. Speed those same steps up. And it should sound like this, a little bit like this. All right, but yeah, guys, that's pretty much all it is for those steps. Like I said, I'm not gonna get too much into it. If you guys want more, another video or something, it'll probably be easier to do it on like TikTok or something. So let me know.
All right.
Next,
our
favorite.
This is level 2.5. If you have made it this far, but you still don't know any of the other steps, restart the video and start again. Okay, this part is not for you yet. However, if you have those steps down and you want to learn how to dance with a partner, this part is for you. All
right, so for this part, it's gonna be the basic dancing Huapangos, and then we're gonna break it up into another section where we show you guys how to do the spins afterwards as well.
Grab a partner, okay? Grab a partner. It does not have to be a real person, but this is gonna make it so much easier to kind of like get
the hang used of to, somebody.
Get used to holding onto somebody and like practicing those steps, okay? Because you can do it by yourself like this, but it's gonna feel awkward, so just grab a partner. I'm pretty sure for the guys and the girls, it's kind of the same steps, but for the girls, you follow the guys' lead. So at first, we're gonna go with the guys.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the same concept, you guys, as the other one. It's those same steps, kind of like the set aside, but now obviously you have somebody with you. So that's kind of, I guess, where the pillow comes in, where you kind of, to get the hang of how to hold somebody and how to do those steps with them as well, right? I would say for my guys, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, depending on the girl and everything, but like, always have a good grip of, you know, of your partner. And like, this is not like in any type of weird way. It's just when you have a closer grip or when you feel like you're more in control, it's easier to lead them. It's easier to kind of, for example, right now that we're just dancing regular, if you want to go into a spin, kind of like a little squeeze on their back or something to like let them know that, you know, you might change the rhythm of it, or you might go into a spin or whatever it is, right? But for dancing with the partner from my guys, you know, earlier how we were showing you guys that it's a 2-step, you know, like this when you're dancing alone. When you're dancing with the partner, if I'm not mistaken, you could probably get away with dancing a 2-step with the partner too. Well, we usually don't dance like that. When we dance Huapangos, we only do a 1-step, and pretty much you just kind of go all over the place. It's just a bounce. Yeah, from here, it definitely does change, like the hip movement you do. It has to be a little more, I want to say significantly more than the other one, but definitely you're going to have to put your hip into it a little more, you know what I'm saying?
Instead of taking a step and bouncing like you would, you're going to take a step, but you're going to bounce on that same exact step. So instead of it being a step and a bounce, it's just bounce on the step you're taking. So you're going to go bounce, bounce, bounce. And like always, stay on your toes and keep your knees bent because you don't want to look all stiff, okay? So you're going to go bounce, bounce, and kind of like your feet are gonna go all over the place. There's not really a specific direction that we can tell you guys to go because it's kind of like on your partner, wherever they want to go, if they want to go in a circle or back and forth.
But saying you're staying in the same spot, you know, like an example, you're just kind of gonna be like bouncing like back and forth too. You can do the same thing, you know. Okay. All right. So if you already have, you know, your partner and everything, kind of get close to each other. And the main objective that it always looks like in how it's gonna be, come here, is that my guy, your knee is gonna be in between her legs, right? Your right knee, and then her right knee is gonna be in between your legs. So you guys are gonna be like this. And as I always said to earlier, you know what I'm saying, like holding on to your partner, right? You want to make sure that you're holding on tight. Because for example, right here, let's say we're just dancing in place like this, and I'm trying to go backwards. I have to take that step back, right? So you're gonna take that step back with whatever foot it is, but I'm kind of like letting her know. I'm like tugging on her back a little bit right here, letting her know, hey, we're going back. So make sure that when y'all dancing, you kind of give her that little like squeeze to let her know. And then if you want to go that way, same thing, kind of that squeeze, and then you lead. So if you want to pull her this way, come back this way. If you want to go that way, go that way.
Bend your knees, because if you're stiff, it's going to be harder to move directions. But if you're bending your knees and you're already on your toes, you're going to be able to follow your partner's lead a lot easier.
It's just kind of like this the whole time.
Yeah.
Pretty much like this. And when, as y'all see too, when I'm doing this step, I kind of lift my feet off of the floor on this one. I'm like this a little bit.
Yeah.
So the other one, my heel was up, but for this one, I kind of bring my whole foot up. You feel me? So it's like.
All right.
But for this part, in 3, 2, 1. So we're gonna show you guys the spins in 3.
Oh, in 3, 2,
2, 1.
For the girls, you're going to stay on your toes the entire time. It's hard to practice without a partner. You can, but it's a little bit harder. You're going to take, so say you're dancing like this. You're dancing. And then whether you're going forwards or backwards, you're going to take that foot and kind of swing it around and do, what is this, a 180? And then same thing with the other foot. You're going to swing it around and do 180, and then the other foot and do 180.
You kind of just keep it going until your partner tells you no more.
Just make sure that when you're spinning, you're staying on your toes, keeping your knees bent. There's not going to be a lot of hip movement on this one because it's just going like this.
Yeah. And the same thing for my guy. Like I said, it's the same thing that she's doing. But as I say, man, make sure you have a good grip, a close grip. Ladies, no se aflojan tampoco. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be super tight, but es mejor tener un poquito más apretado que just be fully loose. Like, for example, sometimes we'll be spinning, and we're spinning, yeah, after a couple of spins, I think it's just like from the movement, Korayma starts like aflojándose poquito, and it becomes a little harder to continue the spins, and to transition back into the regular dance. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys have a good grip of each other, not too loose. And yeah, it's just that same step that she's doing, you know, bringing one foot around, and then you kick the other one around, and then you bring it back around. Yeah, see? And you can go as much, you know, as many spins as you feel like you can do.
Yeah, just don't lock your knees, because if you lock your knees, you're probably going to tear something or break something. So once you put your foot down to spin, you don't want to lock it, because when you go, your foot's going to get stuck, and then it's going to make it a lot harder to spin. But if you stay on your toes, it's going to be a lot easier to spin this way. See,
and that's more so for the girls. I feel like for the guys, you can get away with it a little more. You don't have to be on your toes the whole time. You can get away with it by having, like, you know, kind of, usually when you dance, you have boots, and you know, guys, how the bottom of the boots is pretty slick. So sometimes even, like I said, you can get away with not having your toes up the whole time. But for the ladies, I think because you are following the guy's lead and you're following his spin, you want to make sure to be
on your toes and as light as possible.
Oh yeah. Also for the hand movement, you know, hand placement, you can either dance like this, how we are right now, or you can dance like this. I prefer to dance like this. I feel like I have a little more control. But this is also, you know, it looks nice when you guys are both on the. I'm gonna kick my right foot, so not this one, the other one. I'm gonna kick it around, like if I'm gonna spin. So it's gonna go like this. Okay, ready? Redo. Ready? 3, 2. So it's gonna be like, right? We're right here, and then my left foot, this one right here, I'm gonna swing it around this way.
So it's just half circles, staying on your toes and keeping your knees bent. You don't want to be too stiff, okay? Yes. So try to like tighten your core a little bit because you do want to be standing up straight when you spin like this. But also don't be too stiff to where you're like this.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, mainly that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? Kind of, again, bring this one around, throw this one back, bring this one around. Yeah. And then you just do it in smaller spaces, you know what I'm saying? When you're together, you don't want to also have big steps, fucking turns like this, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You can if you want to take up the whole dance floor, but that's not realistic because a lot of times when you go out to dance, everything's super crowded. So just be mindful that other people are also dancing. Don't run into anybody because that's actually super annoying. If you guys have any questions that are like minor questions that wouldn't require a whole YouTube video, we can either make a whole video answering all of those questions, or you guys can leave them on our TikTok and we will try our best to make mini tutorials to answer your questions. But yeah, guys. That is it for the video, you guys. We hope that you guys learned something, and if you didn't, then we apologize. We don't know how else to explain it. Like always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow us on TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat because we do post videos daily. Stay tuned for the next videos. We're going to be teaching you guys how to dance norteñas, maybe cumbias, maybe whatever else you guys want to see. So let us know. Why is he recording me? I'm scared.